Honorable members, I want to welcome you to today's sitting.
On Wednesday, 13th December 2023, government initiated the budget approval process for financial year 2024-2025 through tabling of the National Budget Framework Paper amounting to 52.7 trillion shillings.
Uganda's economy grew to 184.89 trillion, approximately $49.5 billion, up from 162.75 trillion, which is equivalent to 45.6 billion, registered in financial year 21-22. In real terms, the economy grew by 5.2% in financial year 2022-23, compared to 4.6% registered in financial year 2021-22. The economy is projected to grow by 6% by end of financial year 2023-24, 6.5% in financial year 24-25, and at least 7% over the medium term. The theme of the budget for financial year 2024-25 remains same as financial year 2022-23, which is full monetization of the Uganda's economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, expanding and broadening services, digital transformation, and market access.
Pursuant to Section 97 of the Public Finance Management Act 2015 and Rule 145.1 of the Rules of Procedure, the National Budget Framework Paper is accordingly referred to the Budget Committee for consideration and to the various sectoral committees.
Following the submission of the National Budget Framework Paper, the Speaker, Anita Among, charged members of Parliament to urgently embark on processing the 2024-2025 national budget.
The sectoral committees will have to report to the Budget Committee on the National Budget Framework Paper by 15th of January. Much as the Public Finance Management Act says by 1st, so we should be able to report early enough for us to be able to scrutinize and do a good job. The Budget Committee will have to report to the House on the National Budget Framework Paper by 25th January 2024. The Ministerial Policy Statement will have to be tabled in the House by 10th of March. Then the Alternative Policy Statement will have to be tabled by Leader of Opposition and his shadow by 20th of March 2024. The proposed annual budget for the financial year 2024-2025 will have to be tabled in the House by 25th of March 2024. The sectoral committees will report on the Ministerial Policy Statement by 15th of April 2024. The tax bills, this is where we always have problems. We should be able to process tax bills early enough so that we know where we are getting money from. This business of processing tax bills on the last day together with the appropriation bill is not good. We should be able to process the tax bill by 1st May 2024.
During the sitting, the House authorized government to borrow $325 million to finance major road works and also approved a prefinancing proposal to upgrade roads in Masaka and Ntungamo districts.
I beg to move a motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize government to borrow up to $295 million from the Islamic Development Bank of China and $30 million from the OPEC Fund for International Development for the upgrading of national roads project in Uganda.
The project present positive net present value, averaging US dollars 41.65 million, with economic rates of return for upgrading of Katino Ochero Road, construction of Masindi Port Bridge, and upgrading of Chihula, Bwizi, Ramwanja, Chihunge at 17.4% and 15.7%, in addition 20.8% respectively. The committee recommends that MDS should always undertake project designs prior to sourcing for money in order to minimize project delays and accrual of sufficient resources be allotted to land acquisition and composition of project affected persons for this project. Additionally, adequate funds be provided to cater for land acquisition needs for all ongoing roads to ensure that they are fast-tracked and achieve their intended objectives.
I beg to move a motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize government to pre-finance the reconstruction of Masaka and Ntungamo Road, 89.5 kilometers, and rehabilitation of Nyandovira Maria Road, 11 kilometers, upgrading of 3.5 kilometer access road to Uganda People's Defense Forces Barracks in Masaka, and 3.5 kilometer access road to Masaka Industrial Park, and do an additional scope of 28.5 kilometers for Chikagati Kafunzo Road at a total cost of Uganda shillings 691 billion 680 million Uganda shillings.
The committee looked at the unit cost of the road, and which was on the higher side, and made the following recommendations. The committee recommends that given the high cost, the Minister of Works and UNRA should ensure that the contractor delivers the best quality bridges and roads in order to achieve value for money.
I want to interest the Minister to the Kampala-Jinja Express Highway. It takes you to the borders, all the other borders. It takes you to Kenya, to South Sudan, to everywhere. And the loan was approved in June 2020. To date, 4 years down the road, nothing has taken place. The disbursement is at 0.1%. How sure are we that this one that we are approving today is going to be utilized?
I request that I come on the floor as soon as Parliament resumes, and I bring an update report on where we are on the Kampala-Jinja Expressway. The demands and the requirements on that project are far much deeper and more complex than the Katino Ochero, which is like a straightforward project.
Also in the sitting, the Speaker, Anita Among, dismissed claims that each MP was to receive 100 million shillings in light of passing the supplementary budget worth 3.5 trillion shillings.
The allegations that are not substantiated are not good. It came to my attention that some individuals or group of members went maligning in this house that we either gave 100 million or we are about to give, whichever, as a bribe. I am asking, bribing you for what? What are you bribing you for? I want to request you people, before you come up with such an allegation, you must be able to substantiate. If you're getting money on homosexuality and you're covering your dirt, don't use this house to cover it. I adjourn the house and dying.